really fun, to watch. I know the defensive effort was there today, and I thought VJ did such a good job of rolling the calls, mixing things up. And, I think for us, we just did a good job executing it. And that's kind of the result of what it looked like. I thought our front played amazing. And they knew at times when to be aggressive, and then they knew at times when to kind of keep Mahomes in the pocket, which is really hard to do. And we see that week in and week out with that offense, and they always find ways to make explosives. And it was by no means perfect today, but we made enough plays to win the game, and not to mention the special teams plays that were made, and what a heck of a job by our offense to hold the ball, run the clock, give us limited possessions while we were out there, and I think that played a role too. So. It was just a complete effort today. I'm really proud of how the guys battled and played, and hit this bye, rest up, and get ready to make this push in the second half.
Sorry to harp on this, and you said it's a new year, new team, and all that, but 15 times you had come up short against these guys, even though you've had good games, and you picked off Patrick now 6 times. So how good does it feel for you personally, who's been the guy here the longest, having to deal with us asking you about it?
Yeah. I mean, it feels good to win at home. I think for me, I get from the outside looking in, it's, you look at as a fan base and things like that there's this streak and everyone wants to talk about it. But literally each and every year it is a new team, and there's new people, new head coach, new staff in general. And so you come into this, like I told you guys heading into the week, we're only 0-1. We lost them on Thursday night 2 weeks ago. And, we're coming to this game expecting to win. And it's a new team. It's a new look. And, that's kind of how it is. And I know some guys have been here, myself, obviously, the longest have been here and have faced them multiple times. But it is a new team. It is a new year. And that's kind of the mindset you have to have going into it. So, really happy we won. That was a heck of a team. We know that, watching them. And, it just feels good to win.
Justin, you guys had 5 takeaways, 4 on the defensive side. Just how key was that, and how difficult is that going up against an offense like the Chiefs? Yeah,
extremely difficult. I think, like I said, VJ did such a good job today with the play calling and kind of mixing it up. And, when we execute what he calls it, that's kind of the result. And, give credit to, Kansas City. They kind of live and die off the big plays, and they find a way to have success in that week in and week out, no matter who they're going against. And, for us to come up with a few of those takeaways was huge. And a lot of them were point-saving plays. And, I think that set us up for success and the longevity of the game. We always talk about those 4 or 5 plays that make the difference. And I think those came up a lot on the defensive side of the ball today. And just like I said, keep harping on it, man. It just felt so good to win. It felt good to execute at a high level. And by no means was it perfect. And to be completely honest, against a team like that, it's not going to be. But, proud of the guys and how they fought, especially our front. Thought J-Mac stepped up, had a great game. And so, PJ did a heck of a job today. And it's just a complete defensive effort.
Justin, to your right. What are some things specifically you guys have done as a unit since Miami?
Yeah. And honestly, after Miami is a lot of self-reflection, but even looking after that, going into Chicago, still a lot of mishaps there. I think it's just looking at, okay, how do we fine-tune the details? Because that's what we were missing. And, I'm not just coming up here and I like to call it like media talk. I'm not just coming up here and saying communication each and every week just so it sounds good. That's really the number one thing you work on. And I think if you go and you watch the tape and you look at the communication and you look at busted coverages or coverages that look like, man, they're on top of it, it all comes down to communication and how you see it and how you guys work in harmony together from the linebacker position to the secondary. And I think once we saw that you can't just because it's been somewhat successful here from a defensive standpoint the last few seasons, you can't just walk onto a game field and expect to be successful. You got to continue that communication, continue that development as a unit, and good things will continue to happen. So I honestly think that was kind of the turning point. Is almost like, okay, hey, you got to work at this each and every week, and communication has to be at all-time high.
Yeah, Justin, can you talk about Vance Joseph? He was heavily criticized after that Miami game, and now he's a defensive coordinator whose defense only gave up 1 touchdown to the Chiefs in 2 games. just how he was during that whole process.
Yeah, VJ's been nothing but outstanding, and I mean, I can speak for the defensive room when I say this. Like we'll go to war for VJ week in and week out. I think he never flinched, he never wavered, and he knows that how good we can be and how well we can execute. And today, I think kind of showed that. And I mean, today, you know, in so many ways, like I said, it wasn't perfect. You always want to try and go out there and play a perfect game, but that was, you know, almost a standard. You know, getting some takeaways, setting our offense up to, you know, to get the ball. Obviously, you know, leaving the game with no touchdowns is huge. And BJ was the driving factor of that. I mean, the attention to detail, the film study, the communication, talking to us in and out of the offensive plays when the offense is out on the field, on the sideline, letting us know what he's thinking, how plays are going to go. So we're not shocked or surprised by any calls. I think all that plays a big role into it. So I can't say enough good things about him, and you know we're going to just keep this ball rolling.
Justin, you mentioned J-Mac a second ago. He had the kind of the diving interception on underneath, but there was also a play or a sequence in which he chased down Pat for a run stop on one end, and then on third down got the stop on the other end. What just impressed you most, and what has impressed you most about how he stepped into that inside role?
Yeah, I think he's starting to play confident, and anytime you can go out there and you can play confident, you play faster, and things slow down for you. So I think he's getting into a rhythm and a flow in his preparation in terms of his film study throughout the week and asking questions. And I just think he does such a good job of feeling like what the offense is trying to give him and how they're trying to set it up. And not easy against that team. Like I said, I can't give enough props to them and what they do and how they do it, because it's so hard to defend. And I think J-Mac just did a good job kind of playing what he was seeing and playing confident and playing fast in that. And like I said, when the also from another point of communication, like when you communicate so well, it puts everyone else at ease. Even like a slight motion and you just reiterate what you're in, it can put everybody at ease and not question like, okay, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and those split-second decisions. And so, like I said, man, guys are playing a lot faster, and the communication's been so clean, and that's kind of the result you'll get, 9 times out of 10.
Final two, Parker, the You mentioned getting ready for the run in the second half. Last year, you guys got the win in London to get to 3-5 before the bye week, and then still, obviously, a decision was made to trade Bradley. Do you hope that they decide to stand pat with everybody and keep this group here to try to make a run in the second half?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we have the talent, on the team as is, and we can definitely make this thing happen. And that's above my pay grade. I'm just going to keep showing up for this team and keep trying to find ways to lead and to win and to help my side of the ball be the best that we can be to help us win. But if you're asking me if I, love the guys that we have and on the room right now and in the building, 100%. And I think we can definitely do it.
Justin, kind of in a similar vein, Russ said this sets the standard for how you guys can play. When you beat a team like Kansas City, does that give you and the guys in the locker room more belief about what's possible here the rest of the year?
Yeah, for sure. And we preach belief and believing in each other all the time. And but the best, it's not really belief, I guess, if you don't see it through. But what I'm trying to say is, like, it feels so much better when you feel like you're believing in something and to see the fruits of that, I guess, belief. And obviously today with that win and believing in our team and believing that we could do it, especially at home, our crowd was amazing. Man, it just felt so good to win. And we got full confidence, as I was just saying, full confidence in the guys that we have on our team right now. And hit this bye week, recover a little bit of self-tape, self-reflection, and, get ready to hit this second half of the season push. Thanks, Justin. Awesome. Thank you, guys.